All right, all this year we've been celebrating America's 250th birthday by talking to people and organizations that are making changes and differences in our community. I'm Ruben Diaz. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Red, White, and You, America's 250. Today I am joined by Tyler Densford. Tyler, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Ruben. Appreciate it.
Let's get started. Let's introduce the people to who you are and why you're here. So tell us a little bit about your background, Tyler.
Yeah, my name's Tyler Densford. I joined the United States Air Force in 2014 with a pursuit of hopefully flying for the military. Had my commercial pilot's license on the civilian side. And in, unfortunately, just 2 years in 2016, I was dropped out of a helicopter during a training exercise, which left me paralyzed from the chest down.
Can we talk a little bit about the accident when you fell out of the helicopter?
Yeah, so it was just a normal day at work. Was a hovering Black Hawk at 40 feet that lifted me up with an Army medic. Unfortunately, he had fallen out, and since we were attached to the same device, I came out with him and then fell 40 feet.
And it was a training exercise?
Just training, yes, sir.
That's tough.
Yep.
And then, so you get injured. Obviously, your dream of your goal of being the pilot kind of has to change.
Right.
Take me through the process of the mental recovery, not just the physical, but the mental recovery.
Yeah, to look back, I mean, it's been almost 10 years now, but I was 22 at the time, whole life ahead of me, and I thought, it's completely over. You tell me that I can't ever walk again, I can't fly, my job's over. I thought everything I worked for was kind of gone, and what kind of hope did I have left to wake up for,
Yeah.
So had met a few people during my recovery that were, had lived this life already and have gone through what I was going to be going through rehab, and just basically said, hey, you can do this, and gave me a few resources to reach out to, and they really helped me out. One being the Simplify America's Fund. They would not only assist me, but also my parents as far as like traveling to come see me in rehab. They helped adapt my parents' home once I got back to be able to maneuver in a wheelchair, which was a big deal. And then now, 10 years later, they're still in touch with me, ask if I need anything. They stay in touch, they keep me updated, and get me out involved with outdoor activities. So it's really, really cool stuff.
I don't think people probably realize how many resources might be out there when something like this happens. Was it kind of eye-opening to you?
Sure.
How many organizations and how many people were there to be a support system?
Yeah, most definitely. Like you think about, the VA, which is kind of initial, like, okay, that's who you're involved with now, but I think these organizations are like the link between that kind of help you get involved quicker and a little easier. And so yeah, that was the first. I think the way we came about it was that during rehab, there was a lady visiting her husband who was also in rehab, and she kind of let my parents know that this organization, the fund, was assisting her in traveling back and forth and that kind of thing. So that's how we first got.
And have you been able to take your experience and relate it to other veterans?
Most definitely. That's kind of what I do now. Is I'm so active and independent. I like to reach out to other people that are a little less fortunate or just uneducated yet and are struggling with the lifestyle or just want to get out and learn new things. So.
And what's that response been like for you? So you go from being on one side of the coin to now being on the other side.
Right,
you were the one who needed the support, and now you're...
Sure, which is how it should be, right? Kind of give back, but it's really great, and I feel like that's kind of like my purpose in life now is to take what had happened to me and make it a positive impact on other people, to just show them that, hey, whatever you're going through, whether it's this traumatic or just smaller things in life, you're going to go through something, and just know that you can get through that and just take it day by day.
You feel like it seems like you have such a positive and encouraging outlook on life,
yeah.
Which I think people on the outside, a horrific accident happens, changes your whole life course, may not understand how to be that positive. How do you wake up every day and say, you know what, I got this?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. I don't know, I wouldn't change it. I kind of like being different, honestly, and I think that the things that I can't do, I wouldn't have done anyway.
Gotcha.
So a lot of things that I do, it's just awesome, and there's tons of adaptive things out there. I like being outdoors. I like snow skiing, water sports. I like wake surfing. I cut grass, wash my truck, just all the stuff I want to do. I just take it day by day, or just kind of a different way, just slower.
So educate me and them on that, because you're naming a lot of things that I think most people would say, well, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a whole world out there, adaptive. I love the word adaptive.
Sure.
There's a whole adaptive world out there for people to still take part in all the things they want to do.
Yeah, exactly. So the one way was just like the Simplify America's Fund. They reach out to these other kind of adaptive programs and get you plugged in. So that's like one easy way to do it. So you have one case manager, they call it, which is just an individual within the organization that takes your interest and and asks what you need, what you're kind of going through, and they know these other avenues to put you down to help you get connected and involved.
Gotcha. So how involved are you with like the Simplify program right now?
Yeah, so they connected me with another nonprofit called Wake for Warriors, which I'm on the board of, and that's one I'm really involved with. So I travel around the country in the summers and coach adaptive wake surfing and wakeboarding with injured veterans. So that's really kind of like my big passion. But the Simplify Fund was the organization that got me involved with that initially, within a year of my injury.
Let's talk a little bit about the board, the one that you're on the board of, the
Yep.
Wake for Warriors?
Yeah, it's called Wake for Warriors.
Okay, and you're teaching wakeboarding.
That's right, behind surf boats.
That's
So we
awesome.
do weekend-long events at different lakes throughout the country, and it's really just a healing weekend for people. And and even though I attended my first event almost 10 years ago now, each one just like is that magical every time you see somebody that's struggling, and it's just kind of a way to get people connected and just a link to show you that you can overcome anything.
A massive amount of a support system there.
That's
I would
right.
imagine too. Just
Yep.
everybody's there together, all
That's
with
right.
one
Yep.
goal.
That's
right?
what we do. Yeah, is just connecting veterans and letting you know that you're not alone.
Are you doing any of those events in Tennessee or Memphis or?
We do have Tennessee events. One, I don't think the closest one is probably a couple hour drive, but I have my own personal boat here, and I go out to Pickwick. So if anyone's local and wants to get involved, feel free to reach out.
So is there a place where people can go to find out more information about Wake for Warriors?
Yeah, it's wakeforwarriors.org.
Okay. Yeah. And on there, say somebody wants to donate or be involved.
For sure.
Are there options for them to do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It's 100% nonprofit. No one that is involved takes any money out. It goes straight to the veterans' travel, equipment, boating, necessities, obviously fuel and the equipment. So, yeah, you can donate online. We have Instagram, Facebooks. So that's Wake for Warriors, and then the Simplify America's Fund is the second one.
Yeah. And so I want to dive into this Wake for Warriors because that's obviously your passion.
Yeah, for sure.
What made you decide to start this? Did you start this or did you just get
No,
on
yeah,
board?
so I just attended within a year of my injury, I was in a really dark place. To tell you that I didn't want to keep living, it's very true. And so but I knew it just like the water, and it was advertised to me that, hey, we're doing a water sports weekend. And I was like, wow, I can do that, in a wheelchair? Okay, cool, sign me up, So it took a little bit of faith and, because I was scared to go out and do that. And it just turned my life around. I met all these great people, and I was trying to learn how to wake surf. It took me all day. Probably took me the longest time out of anyone we've trained. But I never gave up, and those people on the boat never gave up on me.
Gotcha.
And that's just kind of been in the back of my mind every day since then. Is that don't give up.
So you just that one day and you were hooked.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, I came back, and within a week I bought a boat. And was like, I gotta keep doing this.
Yeah. And then you've turned your passion now into a way for you to help and serve others.
That's right. Yeah, I love just getting other people out on the water and healing powers of the water. So.
Huh. Have you found that this is something that veterans gravitate towards?
Yeah, I do. One, just a community of veterans. It's pretty. You put them out on the weekend. It's a pretty good time just in that sense. But yeah, and then being on these cool boats and on the water, and you really can't beat it.
Yeah. So does the Wake for Warriors have any type of a counseling arm or anything, or is it strictly, hey, we're getting out and getting away from everything?
That's right. Yeah. So we house you, we feed you, and you're just connecting with other people with like-minded interests or someone that's totally different than you. And you're just like kind of learning their stories, and also these people are sharing stories from their time overseas. So it's just really cool and healing. And
so now, how long have you been doing Wake for Warriors?
Yeah, I've been on the board for 8 years now.
Okay, so now you're 8 years in on this.
Yeah.
And you reflect and look back. What do you think about your journey?
One, it's just grown like crazy big. It was cool to be on one side of it as a recipient, like getting fed. Mm-hmm. And then now on the giving side, but you're still being fed,
in a different way.
And just using your story just to continue to help people is really cool.
Okay. All right, one more time before we let you get out of here, let's tell people where they can go to get involved, to help, because I know that this community is a veterans community.
Yeah.
There's bases and stuff in the area, and I know people truly want to be involved. So where can they go if they want to get involved to help donate, volunteer, anything that you need?
Yeah, so I know it's hard to be on the saying you need help, but if
Yeah.
you need help and you want to get out and in a non-judgment zone, I mean, just go to wakeforwarriors.org. We have all of our events on there. You can sign up. And if you're on the side of where you want to donate, you feel like led to help these people, which you are going to help a lot of people with your monetary donations, you can also donate on the website, wakeforwarriors.org. And also the Semper Fi Fund, America's Fund, is another great one that just gets veterans connected to all kinds of resources.
Awesome. Tyler, you are the man, brother.
Thanks, Ruben. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you taking
Thanks.
the time. Again, all year we're highlighting people who are making a major difference. And I don't know that I could have even started to describe the difference you're making in people's lives. But Tyler being a great example of Red, White, and You, America's 250, how you can give back and be involved and make a difference in your community. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ruben Diaz.